What's up? It's your boy Carcino here. Let's talk about it. The truth behind the Lady of Rage, Tupac or Tupac and the Lady of Rage, they little beef they had. Now, out of everybody on death row, the two people that had the biggest, like, they didn't talk or things like that, which they ended up talking, they was label mates, and nothing was finna go down. But here's the situation. Like, Rage and Tupac met back when she was in New York before she told him that she was better than, Ray's just tough. That's how she was. She wasn't even signed yet. She was homeless, sleeping in a studio in like New Jersey or something back in those days. But Pac, when he went to the road and all this stuff, he used to love Rage. He was like, you know what? You remind me of my home girl, Yo Yo. I ain't really into big girls like that, but I like something about you, Rage. You remind me of Yo Yo. So she was just, rugged, but she was tough. You couldn't punk Rage or, she's used to dealing with aggressive personalities. So Pac was real nice to her until, because this was before the shooting took place. Like right before he went to New York and got shot, he had met Rage, was cool with her and kicked it and all that stuff. Then when he left, and got shot and everything. He came back and he was on death row. He was a whole different individual. Like he was, really adamant about what had happened to him in New York and how them dudes set him up and all this stuff. And he was trying to get Rage to get on a song with him. And he was like, Rage, I wrote this spot. I wrote this joint, for Rage. Rage get on this thing with me and ride with me, you know what I'm saying? Like its own. So that led to a lot of conflict because not everybody was on the same page of riding on, you know, Bad Boy in the East Coast, especially Rage. Rage album got put on hold for Tupac. They was finna come with the Lady of Rage album. And every time Rage album is finna come out, something happens, you know. And like that Dog Pound album, they weren't finna put that out. Dog Pound already just had it out, and they was like, "Man, y'all ready to go?" Like, yeah, man, our project is done. It's ready to go. We just need artwork or whatever. Take some photo. Suge was like skeptic about putting them out, and then it popped, and they was like, "Man, they took off." It's like, yeah, them young boys was ready. They was in the studio working. Rage was in there. She got all these songs done with everybody, and it's tough. I'm like, man, it's straight grit. But now, once Tupac come home, everything changed. When they was out on the East Coast, the only person that really got love out there was Rage. Everybody else, the East Coast was F Death Row. At that Source Award, it's before Pac even got there. So when Pac got there, and he tried to get Rage to go along with it, like, come on, Rage, you know, I got this joint, man. You just write some bars, man. You taking shots at Lil Kim and Foxy, all them bees. You better than all them anyway. So she was like, nah, I ain't gonna. He's like, man, you think these women ain't gonna diss you? These motherfuckers tried to kill me. We supposed to be death row, and everybody ain't riding. So and then the next day he came back. Then he was like, rolling the eyes and looked that up and down. Was like, you the weakest link on this team, right? She was what? Why you say that? And she was like, and he was like, cuz, you know, you ain't do nothing. You was the only one trying to defend them dudes when everybody was out on the East Coast. You was the only one sticking up for them. You, out of everybody else, you were the only one to do that. You the weakest one in this crew. So they had some back and forth. Then the incident happened with what's his name? Because at this point, that's when they had a big argument falling out, and they were going back and forth. Because Rage ain't the, like I said, she ain't the type to back down, and she going back and forth with Pac, and Pac was like, because she was like, "Look, I know I'm better than them beats. I'll battle them any day if they bring it to me." Because he was like, "Yeah, now don't come over here to me when they start riding on you." He was like, she was like, "I can handle my own. I don't have to recruit an army to go to battle for me, unlike some people I know." And Pac was heated. He was heated about the whole situation. He wanted Rage. Like, man, she got to go. She hanging out with all them East Coast things. She got to go. She ain't loyal to Death Row, Suge. She ain't loyal. And Suge was like, nah, Rage is. Like, nah, Rage cool. Pac, stop tripping. We good. So stop messing with the artists, man. Like leave alone. We family. So they were just mad at each other for a minute because they had a bunch of arguments because she wasn't Rage don't back down. But the last conversation they had though, he was like, because he went and did the song without her. And what he did was that, and he went and recruited a female rapper called Storm. I don't know who she is, but Storm came in and did the part where they were going to ride on Lil Kim and all them. Plus, I heard that Lil Kim thinks she hot. She not. Plus, not a brat tripping. Must want an ass with. We be the first one to mess with you in Bad Boy. So when they were doing their little ride and doing what they was doing, kicking up dust, it was causing division. And Rage was like, this is bad for her album. You know what I'm saying? For the whole company. Why would we go to war with them and you beefing with some other dudes on the East Coast? And then what happened to Sam Snead, that was brought a lot of uncomfortness there for anybody that was East Coast. So the last conversation those two had together, Pac came to talk to him, was like, look, I'm working on this album called One Nation, and I want you to be on the album. Like, don't worry. She's like, you want me to be on the album? He's like, no, it's some East Coast mother is on there. Don't trip. I ain't dissing nobody. It ain't that. I'm not dissing nobody. I got Buckshot. Man, it's some East Coast rappers on there. Like, don't trip. It's not that kind of album. So he put out. He's getting ready to put out the One Nation album, trying to unify, and he's going Rage to be on it. And she was like, "All right, I'll get with that." And then everything was back cool. It was like he respected that about her, that she stood her ground. Like most people, some females who, Pac star or somebody with aggressive personality, they don't know how to deal with it. They just buckle down. And Pac could respect her because she stood her ground. Because he's real adamant when he's saying something to the point where you be like, man, maybe I'm wrong. Because he's very adamant about what he's saying. So they were in a good space. It was never a beef like we got real serious problems. Like it was just real heated argument, passionate, because that's how Pac's nature was. So anyway, I'm out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button. Y'all have a blessed day.